Welcome back to Sports First, number one in sports. I am your host, Sabotage. Today we are going to be talking about UFC Fight Night, Lewis versus Daukaus. Let's get right into these entertainment. I didn't catch either one of these fights, the Diego or the Cub Swanson fight. Well, actually I did, but I just didn't somewhat completely totally forgot about the majority of what happened during the fight, so I just don't even want to talk about that one. I usually try to do the show right after the fight, so I don't forget anything. And a lot of times I still end up forgetting a lot of it. I don't know. Pretty sure a lot of y'all had a similar situation if y'all do podcasts or anything like that. But yeah. So we're just gonna get into Ricky Simon versus Rafael Asunyo. We'll just go Rafael. How about that? Ricky was the favorite. I'm not too great with the betting numbers and all that stuff, but this one was a pretty decent fight. This was actually my first time seeing Ricky fight, to be honest. A lot of it was, well, the first round was, the majority of it was on the ground. I thought it was, to be honest, I thought the rest of the fight was going to go down like that, and Ricky was just going to try to win it on the ground, but he didn't. He actually got himself a KO. As y'all see, he's just all around good fight from Ricky Simon. I mean, Ricky Simon. No, man, I'm tripping. Rafael just didn't really do too much, to be honest. I mean, at least from watching it, or just after the fight, I don't remember him doing too much at all compared to Ricky just wasn't allowing him to do anything, with the takedowns. I'm pretty it says two. Well, this is two of 50%, four out of. I thought it was way more than four the attempts, but then again, it was only 2 rounds. Yeah, 2 rounds. TKO, real quick knockout, pretty much. I'm sure it was a hook. Then he came back around and hit him with a uppercut, and then another hook while he was on the ground. He was technically already out, to be honest. But yeah, Ricky looking like a future star for the UFC. We're gonna go ahead and get off that once this down. It was the somewhat majority of these fights, other than the Hill versus Hill fight and the Belal Muhammad fight, were pretty much the ones that were actually I would say long fights. I guess you could say long fights, but because they actually went the distance, they actually went to the distance, as they say in the sports world. Amanda Lemos, Amanda Lemos versus Angela Hill was actually a really good and fun fight. In the beginning, or the first round, Amanda Lemos actually landed a really crazy up kick, or a front face kick, pretty much, that hit Angela right in the chin. Looked like she was, to me, I thought that she was pretty much done after that, and she really wasn't done. She went to the ground. Lemos tried hitting her with a couple of shots while she was on the ground. I think she went into a lock or tried to go for a submission, but she didn't really do anything with that. Angela came back, started fighting back. Second round, I mean, all around it was split decision, but I feel like that could have easily been unanimous. But again, Angela actually had a really good fight. There was one of the key moments was the spinning elbow, which was really nice from Angela Hill. It was so awkward-ish, it was just the way she did it. Angela Hill, sometimes she just fights so nonchalant, there's no, when almost no care, but she's just so. I don't know if you guys ever seen her fight. Her face expression, even in the fight, it's like she's just not nervous or nothing like that. That's one thing that I'm pretty sure most people like about probably most people like about her. But I've watched a good amount of Angel Hill fights, but she always seems like she can do a little bit more. That's disappointing thing about Angela Hill. I always feel like, or I know that she could. She's even said it. She even said it before this fight that she could have done more and taken more chances and stuff, but she doesn't. But yeah, that spinning elbow. She actually landed a couple of kicks too. Um, but Lemos was just kind of just too good for. Nah, I wouldn't say too good, but she was just in a way close to out of her class in a way. But I mean, she was in there with her, and she. I feel like if this was a 5 round fight, Hill actually had a decent chance of winning it. But then again, this was Hill's toughest fight. But on to Belal versus Stephen Thompson. This was actually one of those. This is what I expected from the Ricky Raphael fight, but um, the pretty much the ground game, which there was a lot of that. Same with Stephen Wonderboy. Bellam's name, it's just, to be honest, it's one of the worst nicknames in the history of any sports. Um, his nickname is, it's remember him. I think it's remember the name. I'm sure here I'll Google it real quick, but pretty sure that's his nickname. Just the worst nickname you could possibly have for, especially if obviously you want to remember somebody's name, but I guess that makes you remember. During the promo, they were like, "Remember the name Belal Muhammad," and I thought they were just saying like, "Hey, remember the name." I guess that was, I don't know if they were like doing some kind of reference type of situation or something there. But yeah, that's a terrible name. Edwards. Bello did have that pretty good fight against Damian Maya and the eye poke with Leon Edwards. I was watching that. I watched that one. The Maya, I think that fight I might have rewatched. I didn't really watch that one, but I don't think he hasn't lost in what the last fight he lost was Jeff Neely. So hey, look out for it. Well, we already know who he is. Yeah, I think he was on oh boy, the Noses podcast or show or whatever he calls it. The MMA hour. But yeah, oh yeah, I was looking for his nickname. It gets so off topic. There was the really funny moment when Paul Felder, I think he called the fan a jackass or a dumbass or something. But when he was like, this fan was like, "Go America," for Stephen One Boy Thompson, and Bello Muhammad's actually from Chicago. I'm not sure if he was born in Chicago, but yeah, he's. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out. I don't know why it's taking me so long just to get the. Oh, the nickname is Remember the Name. So clever. Whoever I actually wonder. I'm wondering what the story behind that is. Maybe there's a good reason why it's called that, but still, that's just not the greatest name. You would think it'd probably change it, but it's whatever. You get a nickname, you stick with it, I guess. Next thing. Yeah, let's look a little bit at the stats for this fight. I mean, you could, I guess I didn't need to look at it, but 78%, 7 for 9 on the takedown, 0, obviously 0. This guy's a striker, mate. Terrible matchup for him, Stephen One Boy. I thought it would, you kind of know, with Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. If you watch that Gilbert Burns fight, it was just, there's really nothing there. Like his defense was actually better. I'm gonna say that at least. His takedown defense was a little bit better, but it wasn't that good at all. Obviously when he was striking, you could tell by the number 76%, 51 for 67. And a lot of this 171 came from just that. I think it was the first round or second round where he had him on the ground and just pounding away, hit him in the head, hit him in the. I thought the fight was over right there and then because I thought like he just wasn't really. He was covering himself, but there was a certain point where the main reason I thought it was about to be over is because I thought he was going to put him in a rear naked choke, which I think would have been the smarter thing to do in that situation, but Bilal didn't. He decided to go for the punches, try and knock him out. And I don't know. I don't feel like Stephen Thompson took advantage of it. And I don't remember Paul Felder or none of them bringing up the fact that Bilal was like exhausted. He was out of, and he had no energy left. He was out of it. If you remember during that third, he was literally just laying on him, with his guard. He was literally just laying with his head down. I mean, obviously it's for defense purposes, but he was out of it. There was no energy left, and I feel like he could have taken advantage of that, and he didn't. And Bilal just pretty much third round you could have bet $1 trillion and easily won it on this Bilal situation. It just was terrible. I'm telling you. Ah, man, I just knew what was coming up. It was just so obvious. It's kind of just like I said, disappointing. You expect a little bit more. These guys are not this guy, the other guy. He's a pro. You expect. I mean, and he's 39, so it's not looking any better for the Wonder Boy. Yeah, they're always gonna wonder. But messed up, but still 16-5-1. I mean, that's not a terrible record. Number 5, you're obviously going to drop it. I thought he was number 7, or I'm thinking of somebody else is number 7. But on to the next fight. I'm expecting. Oh yeah, Leon Edwards. Wasn't Bilal actually was saying let's run that again since it was I think it was a no contest, or did Edwards? I forget if Edwards actually won it, but he also said that he wouldn't mind taking on obviously he wouldn't mind taking on old boy Usman. So that would actually be a pretty decent. I wouldn't mind actually seeing that, but then again, I want to see both fights. Those are pretty good fights. Since Usman has never actually fought old boy ever, so that would actually be a pretty decent fight. But we're getting close to running out of time, so I'm gonna go ahead and take it to the next level. Take that shit to the next level. Let's go ahead and go to the main event. Oh, I didn't know ESPN just had the highlights for us. Shoot, I would have played them for y'all. Yeah, see, that's the big problem is when I play, you can't really hear. Let's see if we can.
Fireball Whiskey.
I'm here with the winner, Derek Lewis. Derek, you are the leader for knockouts in the history of the UFC.
Well, that was the interview after the fight. Well, I'll let you see that, I guess, after I get my stuff out of the way. Oh, there goes the alarm I set to pretty much have the... This is pretty much supposed to be the end of the show, but I guess I rambled on like the rapper for just a little too long. I'm all over the place today, that's for sure. But Derek Lewis versus it's Chris today, because for some reason I want to say Kyle. I think Kyle's his brother, right? I was just looking at the corner of my eye. I'm also watching the Patriots versus Colts game, and I picked up bowling for my fantasy team, and they ain't looking so good. And plus, I'm sitting Indianapolis Colts defense. Yes, that's terrible. This fight was short and sweet. My favorite types of fight. On not on the ground, on their feet, striking all around. I think there might have been. It's funny. Derek Lewis he's one of my favorite fighters. He's probably one of your favorite fighters too. We all love Derek Lewis. There was actually one attempt. Hilarious. I knew he had an attempt, but I didn't know, but yeah, he tried one attempt. I think he tried even a spinning wheel kick. Crazy, right? Yeah. Somebody like Derek Lewis trying to spin a wheel kick. I would love it if he lands actually one of those crazy. At least I haven't seen him landing one of those crazy things he does, like a spinning elbow or something. But he did that. I think he actually did a spinning elbow too. Just being real creative. He might have had one or two kicks, but Chris Sadekis, or man, I'm totally botching his name. I just had it, but let's just call him Chris. Let's call him Chris real quick. This is obviously a big fight for both Chris and 7, Dilu at 3. But yeah, pretty much. I don't remember it being too competitive for, or just Chris doing anything too big to Derek Lewis. I mean, he landed some punches, but that's because Derek Lewis was going for the knockout himself. So he kind of let him. That's one thing that he might need to clean up a little bit. Derek Lewis, if he really does want to get a chance at the belt after the fight, he I think he was saying he kind of wants it, but he said he wouldn't mind if it was a 3 rounder. I like D. Lewis thinking. But yeah, Chris didn't really have too much for him, and pretty much just out. Well, he most definitely was outclassed by D. Lou. Didn't really have too much for him. Like obviously we all like the fight. The fact that it was all stand up and striking. Um, I mean, other than all the punches that he was landing back were just pretty much counter punches. So that's what I mean. He was really outclassed, and there's not too much to say other than the fact that he got knocked out. Really, Friday, yeah, we quoting that. But since yeah, that was dang. Did he call out anybody? I don't remember him calling anybody out, but he did some funny. I mean, Derek Lewis always doing something funny. But he literally grabbed this cup and threw it out in the crowd, and somebody actually went and grabbed it. I mean, I guess it's it's a memorable moment in UFC. Maybe it'll be worth something, or it's gonna mean a lot to that fan. He was he was smiling up and everything. Threw his gloves out and everything. Did some signing autographs and everything. The people's champ, or the I guess not champ, but whatever, the people's person or people's fighter. But yeah, I guess I'll let you check out this, since I don't know if you don't know how to get a hold of this. I mean, it's technically on ESPN. I don't know how hard it is to get to this content on the YouTube. But here, we'll let you off with that, and that'll be it.
See, and that was a sensational vintage performance from yourself. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. And I'm also happy that I'm the first clean fighter, to be #1 in knockout. So thank you for that.
You are also the first fighter to remove your cup and throw it into the audience. What was the significance of that, may I ask?
One day it can be an NFT, make some money off that.
You're a smart man. Listen, the last fight, you said mentally you weren't there. How good does it feel to come back and put on a vintage performance like that?
It feels real good. That's all I wanted to do, to keep moving forward, pace myself in 5 rounds, man. So I know I had to get it going, but 5 rounds, y'all up with that. Come on, 3 more, just 3 rounds. I don't want to be main event, all that. Just let me get 3 rounds. Yeah, I would love to get a title fight for sure. If they could change that rule, make it 3 rounds, title shot, hit me up. But if not, don't call my phone.
Are you looking at the title fight next month with Francis and Cyril?
Nah, me and my wife would probably go to Jamaica.
All right, yeah. So yeah, that was the interview. That was I already seen it, but yeah, forgot about the NFT comment. But yeah, that's pretty much it for UFC Fight Night and the last event of the year. Sabotage is most definitely out. Hopefully, this video doesn't get banned by freaking YouTube, or blocked by YouTube, because of this post-fight interview crap I just uploaded. That would be pretty batty. But I guess if they were to do that, I could just pretty much edit the video and cut that out, and then y'all wouldn't get it.